Welcome everyone. Welcome to Purplelunarose Tarot and Astrology. Tonight I'm going to be reading for all 12 signs for the week of August 24th through the 31st. So we're just going to wrap it up into one long week. Your biggest cosmic influence this week will be Venus in Leo. So things can definitely be very feisty this week. We did talk about this energy on Tuesday night, guys, and all of those astrology readings can be found over on my YouTube channel under the live stream. Tonight, I will timestamp, so if you can't catch me live, no worries. Timestamps will be in the description box to help you navigate through the readings. Guys, please remember we are multi-streaming, so we're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all at the same time. I see Vanessa coming in on Facebook. Welcome. Welcome. Hi. So tonight, guys, I'm not sure. You know how I always say like I'm yawning right before the lives. Miss L taught me that that's actually one of the signs that you're like connecting and getting ready to channel, right? Which is actually very, very true. But tonight, I will say that there was extra. So it's like either I'm fixing to come out and say that I was going to make these short and sweet. And I feel like every time I say that, they can definitely get lengthy, right? So again, guys, just remember timestamps after the live stream is over. Hi, I'm going to go ahead and jump in. I'm going to start with Aries. Let's do 144 because I seen it for Aries. I love the number. That's going to be pretty significant in itself. Remember, Aries, we're looking at August 24th through the 31st. I'm starting out with the Sacred Traveler. Vanessa, let me know. Is sound okay? I didn't want to hook up to the mic tonight, so it's just kind of laying here next to me. So I'm hoping it's not too bad. Is Sandra joining us? I was running a little late tonight, guys. All right, Aries timestamped at 144 is pretty significant. So let's jump in. Energy of the week for Aries. August 24th through the 31st, last days of August. You have fogged in, go slow and take time. I feel like that's just spirit telling me. I honestly really was going to come out here and be like, I don't know if I'm extra tired or if it's just been a long day or what it is. But I was definitely going to just try to make them, short and sweet. But I do get this feeling like it's going to be really important tonight that I just kind of focus on the cards, pay attention, and really take my time. Right before the live started, Aries, I'm using the Tarot of the Sweet Twilight. So right before the live started, look at that, the double card, Capricorn energy on the bottom. Spirit had me going through the Tarot of the Sweet Twilight, but instead of like looking the meaning up in the book, he was having me, like I was paying attention and focusing on the pictures and what I saw in the card. So that's going to be, I feel like, pretty significant tonight. So Aries, I feel like, Aries, the first sign in the zodiac, is always like gung-ho, ready to go, wanting to move quickly. So there is this energy of needing to slow down, needing to pay attention. I mean, that's definitely going to be that Virgo energy. As we're live streaming on the 21st. So we do have that very first Virgo new moon on the 23rd. Now, eclipse season is actually starting on the 7th. On the 7th, we have the first eclipse moon, which we'll talk more about that next week. But I can definitely already feel this energy. A lot of times when we're in eclipse energy, we could feel fogged in or like it's cloudy. It's hard to see through. It's hard to figure out which direction you want to go. For Aries, Aries wants to go fast all the time. Navigating by the stars, follow your bliss is on the bottom. With this card, the darkness is what's sticking out to me. So it's like you're on this kind of scary path. Maybe you're not sure where it's headed. You're not sure what's going to happen next type of energy. It's follow your bliss. So it's not like you're, I don't know, it's not like it's treacherous, right? It's just that you don't know. And I think when you don't know, Aries, you can't control the outcome, something like that. Trying to decide how I want to do it next. I think I'm just going to use the Tarot of the Sweet Twilight for the rest of the spread, but we're just not going to clarify tonight, and that'll help us move through it a little bit quicker. And these are really the cards that Spirit had me focusing on earlier. So energy of the week for Aries, go slow and take your time. Challenge or obstacle. We have the Four of Swords. It fell when I was shuffling. So Four of Swords is one of the cards that I looked at earlier, and it's supposed to be like a time of rest. It's also like blessing in disguise. But if you notice, there's like this animal. I'm not even sure if it's like a cat or a rat or what it is, but it's sneaking up here while she's trying to like rest and heal. So it's almost like this energy of you've been resting. Challenge or obstacle is like something could have happened to make you, like something's picked up. It started moving faster. Maybe it's thrown you off the course. And that's why Spirit's saying go slow and take your time. All right, let's look at lesson learned to help you with challenge or obstacle. So we have the Nine of Cups. In Tarot of the Sweet Twilight, all the cards are super emotional. All of them. I feel like it was perfect with Venus and Leo energy, right? With Nine of Cups, normally in tarot, Rider Waite tarot, it's about divine wishes being granted. And it is the same as well in the Tarot of the Sweet Twilight, but it's more about your emotions, and it's more about being able to, I almost said regulate your emotions, but I'm feeling like needing to control your emotions, or maybe that's the problem. Maybe you're trying to control them, Aries, and you need to regulate. Regulating your emotions can be as simple as acknowledging your emotion instead of ignoring it or not paying attention to it. And this is lesson learned to help you with challenge or obstacle. So something has picked up for you, Aries. It's probably moving quicker than you expected. And it could be throwing you off because you've been in this period of downtime. You could feel like you're not quite ready. We talked about that with the Virgo new moon being at 0 degrees. You could feel like you're not quite ready for whatever is picked up, Aries. So staying calm, go slow, take your time, makes sense. Acknowledge whatever emotions you might be feeling. I think for me, it was overwhelm this week, but I just kept telling myself, like, no, I got it. No, I got it. It's fine. I totally got it. All right, let's look at the outcome for Aries. We have the Star. We do have the Tower, bottom of the deck. What I do like about the Tower card and the Tarot of the Sweet Twilight is you're at a safe distance. So Aries, whatever shocking event happened that kind of like picked the pace up or cleared some obstacle and has you moving pretty quickly in a certain direction, it's like you may have seen it coming. You may have even been waiting for it. The star is definitely some type of hope for the future, clean slate, but it's also like something you planted is blossoming. All right, let's do guidance for Aries. I'm going to use the power of love. Jenna, Diana, welcome, ladies. Welcome. Willingness and empathy is on the bottom. All right, so willingness says you're able to compromise if the end result is love. With that Nine of Cups, this whole situation could be about something that's romantic. It could be a new person. I don't think it's a new person. I mean, it could be with the star, but it's a seed that's been planted. You are good enough. It's full moon in Virgo. Hold your vision. It's the fixed moon. A fiery climax approaches. Full moon in Aries is on the bottom. All right, Aries, I'm going to leave that right there. I hope it was helpful. All right, we got Sagittarius. I don't know where Sagittarius. Leo next. I'm trying to skip over Leo. All right, Leo, let's timestamp 12:55 because I've seen it. Definitely enjoying the number synchronicities. Leo, this is for August 24th through the 31st. So we're wrapping up all the last days of August. Venus and Leo energy. Energy of the week. We got Journey by Moonlight, Believe in Magic. Okay, so I got a whole message before I turned the first card, and I was totally trying to like just turn the card and get through it, but I was supposed to spit it out. So before I go any further and I get in trouble, I'm just going to spit it out. Leo, also what's happening, okay, we talked a little bit about the moons. Today is the 21st. We have Virgo new moon coming in on the 23rd. It's the 0-degree new moon. We have the eclipse season starting on the 7th with the full moon. But you know what else is happening on the 7th? We have Saturn. Saturn is moving from Aries retrograde back into Pisces. And I believe that is also on the 7th. And for some reason, I picked that up right before I flipped over your first card. And then we got Journey by Moonlight with the big moon on it. So it's full moon as well. So I know that this is the last days of August, but it's very possible that you're going to experience some type of full moon energy. You may pick it up early. Could definitely have something to do with that Saturn retrograding back into Pisces. Believe in magic. I mean, I guess I would ask you where Saturn is on your chart. Wherever Saturn is on your chart, you most likely find it challenging to believe in magic. Saturn is the sign of hard work, big reward, right? So it's like you got to work hard. Saturn doesn't really give things out for free. It's hard to believe in magic in whatever area Saturn is on your chart. For me, if I'm using myself as an example, Leo is my second house. So this is more about my assets, my material possessions. And Saturn is in my third house. It is hard for me to believe in magic. Saturn makes me have to be logical, which I know sounds completely whatever, because, you know, out here doing PLR. But honestly, that's why I have to do it this way. Like, that's why I have to do it the way I've been doing it. And that's why I have to come out here and tell you about the astrology and how it matches with our journey. It's like I have to have evidence. You know what I'm trying to say? It's got to prove myself. So, Leo, energy of the week, journey by moonlight. Again, like you're not sure where you're headed. You need the moonlight to shine to show you where to go. And I feel like it's going to be challenging for you to believe in magic. The good thing about the journey we're on in spirit and all the things is it doesn't really matter. I know it sounds a certain way, but I mean, it doesn't. It doesn't really matter whether you believe in the magic or not. It happens either way. Choosing your path, all is possible, is on the bottom. There's something about the flute that's sticking out to me. All right, challenge or obstacle. We have Two of Swords. Lesson learned. We have the Hanged Man, Pisces energy. I just talked about Saturn moving into Pisces. And then we have King of Cups coming out. Two of Swords again is fear of the unknown, Leo. The interesting part is I'm seeing the sword and the stone. So there's this story. It's like a, I don't know, it's like an old children's story. I want to say it's called The Sword and the Stone. But it talks about how only like the purest soul can pull this sword out of the stone. So like challenge for Leo this week, August 24th through the 31st, all of this energy of I'm going to do this thing even if it's scary, or even if I'm not sure what the outcome is, or even if I don't believe. It's almost like you don't believe that you can pull the sword out of the stone. Or it's like it's almost like you don't believe that you're the one. That's it. You don't believe you're the one that's supposed to pull the sword out of the stone. And the totally different oracle set, tarot oracle, right? There's a card in here. It talks about obstacles. It shows this boulder in the middle of the road, in the middle of the path, and it has a sword sticking out. See it? Overcoming obstacles. You can overcome anything. See the sword in the stone? You challenge your obstacle. Bottom of the deck, which I done lost it, says you did. Because see, this is the path that that stone was on. And now you've moved the sword, the obstacles out of your way, and now all is possible. The Hanged Man is lesson learned, Leo, to help you with the challenge or obstacle. So the Hanged Man says, you have to let go of the idea of the things that you want. That's not true. You have to become the things that you want. You can't obtain them. You have to become them. King of Cups is here. This is my clue card for Divine Masculine. Let's say I'm talking to a Divine Feminine, and that's what you want. You want your counterpart energy. You want your Divine Masculine. It's like that energy of the energy card that talks about the man holding a heart, and it's like this perfect guy, and he's like super loyal and super faithful and super honest and you know, super loving and caring and kind and all of these things, right? And it's like it talks about how that's the perfect match. That's the match that you want, right? In the energy oracle, it's the same thing. You have to become that energy first. You have to give that love to yourself first. Something about that. Seven of Wands is on the bottom. Seven of Wands is protection. So Leo definitely could be talking about separation, whatever it is that you don't have that you think you want. You may be in some journey to learn how to become it instead of obtaining it. And it's like once you understand that, you can remove the sword. You can remove the obstacle. And then you get the thing that you want. Discernment comes out. You're developing the skill to distinguish love from fear and truth from illusion. Gratitude is on the bottom, Leo. I love how you always have a new update, Jenna. I feel like my updates are far and few. They're getting further and fewer between. I don't know, but for the first time, like I'm okay with that. It's almost like the further, then I don't know. It feels like I'm doing something right. It's hard. I'm not saying you're doing something wrong. I'm just saying for me personally, like if I can go further, longer, it's better. Step out of your comfort zone. It's the North Node. All right, Leo, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that was helpful. Oh, I bet. Absolutely. And it really says something about like your journey and how far you've come. I feel like I'm still in the block, run, delete. All right, let's do 2802 because I seen it for Sagittarius. This is going to be August 24th through the 31st, wrapping up all the days of August. Let's get energy of the week first. Finding sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source, valiant courage, take action with passion. There's something about having to do something spiritual, having to be courageous enough to do something that has some type of spiritual, I don't know, feeling. Swords gives me this energy of like gift, ability, power. Tarot of the Sweet Twilight, Sagittarius. Mine is my moon sign is Sagittarius. Nave of Pentacles is like Page of Pentacles. New, young, immature, not fully. I almost said not fully committed, but it's more about not fully. I'm hearing all kinds of words. Not fully committed, not fully dedicated, but it's like you're not there yet. You're not really supposed to be fully committed yet. You're not really supposed to be fully dedicated yet. You're still in some type of like learning process. I'm having a little bit of a disagreement with spirit at the moment, so just give me a second. um, so there's something about needing to take courageous action to tap into some type of spiritual source, some type of, it says opening to your spiritual source. So it's like some type of ability or gift or power. The challenge is that it's new to you. The challenge is that there's a lot to learn. There's a long way to go on this path. Lesson learned is the Four of Chalices, Four of Cups. This is energy of having everything you need to manifest what it is that you want. But I'm not really getting that. It's almost like Spirit saying, Sagittarius, you have everything you need, and you're saying, but I don't have everything that I want. Nine of Swords, but I don't have everything that I want. I think the Five of Pentacles is the thing that you want. So if you look at Five of Pentacles, Tarot of the Sweet Twilight, there's two of them standing back to back. Definitely has this energy of I have your back. VW bus in the back. It's like we're going to go on this road trip together. But remember, Five of Pentacles is challenges. It's hard. It's not easy. Sagittarius, something has been challenging. Probably just your road, your path, your soul's journey, life. It's almost like you're at the beginning of your spiritual awakening, and you've been here a long time, because I felt Spirit's frustration that you need to get moving. But it's almost like you're stalling out because you're not getting what you want. Ace of Cups, I don't know if you can see it, is on the bottom. It's definitely overflow of emotion. And I just heard it could be distracting you from receiving spiritual messages, maybe even from source. I feel like collectively we kind of go through these periods where spirit is loud, and then these periods of time where we feel like, oh my gosh, where is spirit? Why is it so challenging? Why am I having to put the puzzle pieces together? Whenever I say that, because I feel like we've talked about that a couple of different times, throughout the PLR, right? Whenever I say that, I feel like you think, when you feel like disconnected from source, or like disconnected from spirit, or like you're not getting the messages through. The interesting part is, I think that people, humans, I think you believe that you're having to do it on your own. Like your soul is just after walking the soul's journey on your own. And it reminds me of that. I talk about it all the time. That poem, and I always get the name of it wrong. I think it's the footprints, but it talks about the footprints in the sand, and it talks about how, like the person's in despair, and they're like, God, where were you? I was walking alone. And God's like, no, no, no. No, I was carrying you. That's why there's only one set of footsteps, right? That's kind of the energy for Sagittarius. It's not that spirit's not there. It's not that you can't connect to source. It's not that you can't tap into your abilities. It's that you're distracted by your emotions, how you feel about something that you want, that maybe spirit said you couldn't have. Maybe spirit said you weren't ready. Acceptance pops out all on its own. You're ready to release control of situations or people and lovingly embrace the rhythm of life. All right, let's pull Moonology to close it out for Sagittarius. The energy is gaining momentum, comes out. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that was helpful. I get this feeling that spirit is giving you a little bit of a push. And again, this feeling of, oh my gosh, maybe I'm not ready. I don't know. I can't remember. Let me see. 2802. 2802. Time for the water signs. Vanessa's ready. With the fire signs, I feel like it's spiritual. It's some type of calling. I feel like all of it, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, but all three of them were some type of spiritual calling, spiritual gifts, spiritual ascension, um, all of that kind of stuff. With the water signs, before we even get to Cancer, there's tension. Maybe you just need a massage. I don't know. I want to say there's a little anxiety, a little heart palpitation, but that could be like excitement because of something. I don't feel like it's necessarily like anxiousness. Again, it could be like things are moving quickly. Um, yeah. All right, let's jump in. Cancer, 3717. The sevens could be significant. Cancer, this is going to be August 24th through the 31st. So wrapping up all the last days of August. Let's get energy of the week for Cancer. I'm using the Sacred Traveler. We have crossing bridges. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. Faraway places. Get ready for new horizons. Some of you may be traveling. Some of you may be going over a bridge. I guess I'm about to. Um, but I definitely saw it. Like I saw the driving and I saw the going over the bridge, which is interesting because I was talking about anxiety and feeling anxiousness. And I used to really get anxious when I would have to drive over bridges, any bridges, and it didn't matter. But there's this one in particular when I'm going to sisters that is fierce. I mean, the last time I went over it was actually not too long ago, and it's under construction. So it's crossing like the Mississippi or some crap. So I'm just saying it's huge, right? Um, it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite bridge to go over. I used to not be able to do it. Like I used to not be able to drive myself over the bridge. Um, as time went on, spiritual awakening, Kundalini, that came to an end, right? Like now I drive myself wherever I want to go and I go over the bridge all the time, right? Well, maybe not all the time, but like any bridge, doesn't matter anymore. It's faith, right? That's all it is. It's like you build your faith through your journey. As more things happen, as you experience more things, as you realize that spirit is like really there and really has your back, you start to let go of those types of fears, right? Or the things, the fears that the anxiety in itself that's kind of like slowing you down and keeping you from being able to follow your purpose. You kind of just let go of that stuff. But there's this energy for Cancer about like going back to something, maybe even like refacing something, maybe something you skipped over or you're like, oh, I'm healed, it's fine. Something like that. There's definitely this energy of healing and mending, um, maybe even reconnecting and releasing, but it's more about like going back to something that maybe caused you anxiousness before. It could be some type of reconnection that you're anxious about, that could bring a lot of healing. Challenge or obstacle, we have Ace of Swords. Lesson learned, we have the Temperance card, Sagittarius. And the outcome, wow, we have the Queen of Swords. Oh my goodness. Okay, I didn't see that coming. Queen of Pentacles is on the bottom. Interesting. I studied both of these cards right before the live. Okay, so Ace of Swords is new clarity, new understanding. It's also new communication. Cancer, you could be reconnecting with someone. Maybe it does bring healing because you do have Temperance, Sagittarius, balance, healing energy in your lesson learned. But I don't think it brings the healing like you're thinking. I think that you think it's something about reconnecting when in truth, it's where you see that the foundation you've been standing on this whole time was cracked to begin with. I don't know if you can see it in the picture. And you had your footing both the whole time. You didn't even know it. That could also be why it's taken you so long to heal. So what happens August 24th through the 31st for Cancer is the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Pentacles is the why. The Queen of Swords is what happens. The Queen of Swords speaks her truth. I will say she also listens. But the thing about the Queen of Swords in Tarot of the Sweet Twilight, she's surrounded by fire. She's surrounded by fire. And the sword is air energy. I almost said Gemini for some reason, so you could be dealing with a Gemini, but that's not really the case. I just heard the word Gemini. But the point is that this Queen of Swords is surrounded by fire. So not only does she speak her truth, but her words bring some type of permanent, there's nothing left. There's nothing left. The why is the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom. See how she's holding on to that coin? You've learned how to become your own resource in some way, and you're not willing to give that up for anyone or anything. Some type of healing could have taken you a long time. A long, painful, challenging time. And now something or someone could be trying to reconnect. And it's almost like, I'll hear you out, but that's it. Something is left in ashes. Spirit says peacefully. Peacefulness. You recognize that balance and kindness and love bring calmness to your soul. So big confirmation that this person brings the opposite of those energies. And it's like if they can't come with kindness and calmness and bring that energy to you, then you don't want any part of it. You fought too hard to find your peace or your calmness, something like this. All right, Cancer. Moonology to close it out. Nothing is yet set in stone. It's the mutable moon. In other words, it can change at any time. And don't let your past hold you back. It's the South Node, big confirmation for Cancer. All right, I'm going to leave that right there, guys. I hope that was helpful. Guys, please tap the like button for me if the messages are pulling at your heartstrings. I'm going to clean up. We're going to move on to Scorpio. All right, Scorpio 40, I missed it. 4622. Scorpio, this is for August 24th through the 31st, wrapping up all the rest of August. Starting out with the Sacred Traveler. Let's get energy of the week. View from above, get the big picture. I actually can picture someone like looking out a window of a tall building. I don't know what this is. Like, I want to say I don't know what this is. It could be some type of medical building, doctor's office, something like that. But it's like you're looking out a window, many floors up. And there's more. It's like there's people down there and they're small. And there's something about like feeling, I don't know, you feeling small or I don't want to say like insignificant. Um, I'm not getting it. I don't know. It's something like when you look at ants and how tiny they are and how um I don't know, there's something about feeling like tiny, fragile, um something seems vulnerable. Embracing enthusiasm, a shout to the heavens with happiness is on the bottom. Get the big picture. There could be like, again, with the doctor visit, I don't really like that at all. But there's pictures. I don't know, x-rays. Deep breaths. Big yawn. The sun is challenge or obstacle. I want to say happiness and joy, but the sun is in your challenge or obstacle. So this is more about something being, again, not ready. I want to say immature, but it's not even that it's immature. It's not ready. Maybe you feel like you're just not ready for something. She's crying. So it's like something is emotional. Um, Again, you just, there's this energy of feeling like not ready. I just heard 818. I don't know what that means. Nave of Chalices is here. So remember, Naves are students. It's the page energy. So we're looking at like Page of Cups energy. There's this energy of, it could be an I'm sorry. Someone could apologize, Scorpio. It could say that you feel like maybe you need to apologize. But I think it's more than that. You're on some type of ride. See how he's writing this book? But he's riding it on these waves. The ocean is behind him. It's some type of emotional journey. That's lesson learned. For some of you, there could be something about like feeling like you're floating on an island. For some of you, there could be something about feeling like you know something that other people don't know. Some of you could be writing a letter to someone. Some of you could have a letter or something that you carry with you everywhere you go. And then we have Seven of Pentacles is going to be the outcome. So Seven of Pentacles is the card that talks about, um, it's normally my shit show card, right? It's normally my clue card for shit is just chaotic. Um, Things are kind of happening left and right. This energy of feeling like you're in some type of, I don't know, circus, like surrounded by people that don't know what they're doing. You could feel like somehow it's your job to bring the chaos into some type of structure. The immaturity could be young people. I've seen the doctor's office. I've seen the emotions. I've seen the young people. Somebody has like a young doctor. Um, I mean, again, with the health thing, there could be something about like getting a second opinion, but it's more than that. With this Seven of Pentacles, it's almost like you're taking control of this shit show. You're bringing some type of structure to the chaos. Even if it's just to yourself. Like, even if, like, let's say everything is whatever, you can't control other people, but you can definitely control how you handle your emotions and the things that are happening around you. It could have something to do with how you treat those people as well. You could feel like they don't pay enough attention to you because you don't have enough of something. Maybe they pay a lot more attention to someone else, um, because they have something you feel you don't have. They're holding, it's Pentacles, so you could feel like someone has more money, so they're paying more attention to them. Someone could have like a high status, but you could see them as like a regular person, or you know something about them. Ace of Wands is on the bottom, Scorpio. Ace of Wands, fate, destiny. But I mean, you can clearly see the apple is so large. There's this energy of feeling weighed down and maybe even weighed down by something that you wanted, something that you planted. Trick's going to be view from above, get the big picture. Let's pull a guidance card for Scorpio. The sun is Leo energy. Could be some Aries. All right, so you have action. You have the courage to express the unique, loving colors of your soul. Harmony is about peace. You're able to feel a loving, balanced connection with everything. And joy. You delight in the love of life and bring a spirit of fun to all that you do. Maybe you're taking something too seriously as well. All right, Moonology to close it out for Scorpio. It's time to take action. New moon in Aries. I felt that Aries energy with the sun. All right, I'm going to leave it right there, Scorpio. I hope that was helpful. If you're not dealing with an Aries, where is Aries on your chart? All right, Pisces is next. I hope that means it's good, Sandra. Natalie Brown, welcome. It's weird. It's like I can't seem to, I don't know, it's like I can't seem to catch on. I can't seem to put it together, but Spirit says it's not my job. It's not my job to put it together for you. I guess if it's meant to be a reading, then I don't know. It's clear, right? All right, Pisces. Let's do 5919. Pisces, this is August 24th through the 31st. We're just talking about Pisces. Saturn moving into Pisces on the 7th. So here's what happens. If you're Aries, you've been feeling the pressure of Saturn and Aries, so you're probably going to feel a little relieved as Saturn moves back into Pisces. If you're Pisces, the pressure is back on. But this is the closure of your Saturn return period. So you've already been working on the thing that Saturn's made you get into alignment with. So you're just putting on like the finishing touches for Pisces. It's definitely like a wrapping up of something that you already started. And it's Saturn, so it's something that is disciplined, something that is challenging for you, and something that maybe you're not necessarily looking forward to, right? Like Saturn is the planet that makes us go to the gym and work out. Unless you really, well, some people really do, like going to the gym and working out. I have to be motivated. I have to be encouraged. I have to have a friend, like somebody go with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like Saturn is that energy, the energy that makes you do the things that are like more challenging, but we need to do them anyway. All right, energy of the week, fellow travelers, support is all around you, navigating by the stars, follow your bliss. And that is that card that says like you're going somewhere that is unseen, unknown. You could feel like you're scared, but it's follow your bliss. So again, it's not detrimental. You're not going into some catastrophe. You're going into what's actually going to bring you more happiness. You're fearful because you've never been that way before. Stay focused, hold the course is on the bottom. Okay, let's get challenge or obstacle for Pisces. Ooh, have mercy. Sun card again on the bottom. This time it could be about bright joy, happiness. It could also be Leo energy. Okay, you have Temperance, which is Sagittarius energy. Temperance in your challenge or obstacle says that you're healing, something's taking a long time. You're struggling to find your balance. You've noticed the crack in your foundation, but this is making you unstable. We saw this card earlier. I can't remember what sign it was for, but I remember the energy was this person had stood on this broken foundation, but had stood strong and firm, um, to the point they didn't even know that the foundation was cracked. For Pisces, you know, you know. It's almost like it's shattered, something shattered. Something is so broken. There's so many pieces. It's almost like it would be too hard to put it back together. Knight of Cups is lesson learned to help you with challenge or obstacle. Knight of Cups is normally the card that we say is like the player card. It's the knight that goes around taking his cup of love to everyone, trying to get them to fill his cup because he doesn't know how to love himself and replenish his own cup, right? But in the Tarot of the Sweet Twilight, his cup has dried out. He's pouring it out and it's turned to sand. Lesson learned is someone is not offering you genuine love, or lesson learned is your tears have finally dried up. You're done worrying about something, stressing about something, allowing someone to cause you to cry or be upset. The outcome is I'm not a fan. I'm not going to clarify tonight. We've made it all this way. So I'm just going to spit out what I hear. The Fool card is, of course, taking a leap of faith, but it's, again, Tarot of the Sweet Twilight. So there's puppet strings. He feels controlled. The outcome is you need to take some type of leap of faith, but you feel controlled in some way, held back in some way. The cat playing with the string is sticking out to me. The moon in the trees is sticking out to me. It looks like a doll or a child's toy. Don't ever say things like, I'm not going to, or never, when it comes to spirit, because you will. You will. Let's clarify that Fool card for Pisces. I feel like Spirit's saying that you need to take a leap of faith. I feel like you're saying, I can't. I'm held down for these reasons. King of Swords comes out. King of Swords is authenticity, speaking truth. You need to be honest with yourself. Seven of Pentacles says you've already planted seeds. Those are already starting to blossom. You can see them. And Page of Pentacles says you're scared. So the ability to do something is here, but you revert back to, I can't because of this reason. The story here is going to be support is all around you. Support is all around you. Let's pull a guidance card for Pisces. I just want to say the support is all around you could definitely be like physical. You could have like a lot of support. There could be a lot of family. Maybe you have a lot of resources. Maybe you find a lot of resources. But I will say that I feel like this is more of spiritual support is all around you. You could definitely feel like you're having to do something very courageously on your own with pretty much little to nothing. Creativity. You love to devise new ideas, innovations, and forms of illumination. Trust is on the bottom. You have a strong connection to your soul's loving voice and have faith in your intuition. Moonology to close it out for Pisces. Show the world the real you. It's full moon in Aquarius. Don't let your past hold you back. It's the South Node. All right, Pisces, I'm going to leave that there. I hope that was helpful. I'm going to let you watch this little video while I clean up. So we've done fire and water. We have earth signs next. Dang, I feel like I just took my first deep breath since we started the live. I'm yawning all night. So I'm just saying, these readings are either like spot on or I'm tired. And I mean, it's not like I did any more today than normal. I had Carson today. Today was an easy day. I mean, up early, but that's every day. All right, so I'm going to use Vintage Wisdom Oracle. I'm not sure if it's for the rest of the night or if it's just for Taurus or if it's just for the Earth sign, but that's the way it is. Ooh, 11140. That's going to be significant. The ones I almost said are about starting over, but I don't think it's starting over. It's supposed to be starting something new. Maybe you're starting something over. All right, Taurus, let's do energy of the week, August 24th through the 31st. Venus and Leo energy. I see the wisdom card. I'm going to take the trust card. Listening is on the bottom. Being told to look at the card. Okay, I see it. Okay, so there's this woman riding on a deer. The butterfly wings are what stuck out to me right away. There's some type of transformation or like she's become something that she wasn't. Taurus, it's like you have to trust that someone is going through some type of growth and transformation. Maybe you're struggling to believe that you could be going through some type of growth and transformation, but I feel like it's someone else. It's like Spirit's asking you to trust. And you're like, I don't know. Last time, there's this energy of last time. There's owls in the picture, so it's like you've gained some type of wisdom. Challenge or obstacle. We have 9 of Swords coming out. You're praying for something to stop or something to end or something to not be so challenging. It could have something to do with communication. You could feel like you're bound to something. Knight of Swords is here. Knight of Swords is, it is my clue card for a breakup. This is lesson learned. But in the Tarot of the Sweet Twilight, it talks about how important it is to listen. There's something about listening here. Outcome is Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Someone is who she says she is. I don't know if that's you, Taurus, or if that's someone around you, or someone that you're struggling to trust. There's definitely something here about praying for something, almost begging for something. It's like you're begging for something to stop. Seven of Pentacles on the bottom. been waiting for a long time. Sorry. Commitment, you dedicate yourself to your beliefs wholeheartedly, knowing that love is the essence of your very being. Expression, you're ready to manifest your thoughts and transform them into acts of love. There's definitely something about communication. There's this energy of someone returning that maybe you don't fully trust. I feel like Spirit's asking you to trust them, maybe even hear them out. I feel like the Queen of Wands is they are who they say they are. Taurus, if you're like, I don't know who you're talking about, there's no she, then it's you. Then it's internally you're praying for something to end, for some type of transformation to fully be completed. Something to do with like having the confidence to take your position. The Queen of Wands in the Tarot of the Sweet Twilight, she's not sitting on her throne. And it's this energy of not having the confidence to be the Queen of Wands. So she's like looking at it going, I don't know if I'm ready to sit there yet. If it's about another person, it's definitely about them being committed and Spirit asking you to trust. All right, I'm going to stick with the wisdom, vintage wisdom oracle. Michelle, welcome. All right, let's do Virgo. Let's do 11805. Virgo, this reading is for August 24th through the 31st. Today is the 21st, so that's, we're right smack. You have your Virgo new moon, the one of two Virgo new moons coming in on the 23rd. I feel like the energy has been very prominent throughout all of the readings. So let's see how it impacts you the week after. Centering comes out. The Dreams card comes out. Love is on the bottom. It does feel like the energy has gotten lighter, lifted. It's definitely felt very heavy. All the way Aries through Taurus. So Virgo, your new moon could definitely be helping you find your balance. Go after what it is that you desire. Maybe you're needing to find some type of grounding, especially if you're having vivid dreams. Two of Wands comes out. Challenge or obstacle is fork in the road. Not sure which direction to go. Maybe not sure which dream to go after. Lesson learned is Six of Pentacles. You're going to get help. Things balance out. Someone gives more than you expected. Outcome is the King of Cups. That's who gives more than expected. Sun, again, is on the bottom. Sun, Leo energy. I think it's more of the Venus and Leo. I'm not sure, Virgo. It's like, for some of you, you may be choosing between more than one person. You may be struggling to decide which person. I feel like this could be the week, Virgo, where you almost stop being distracted by all the shiny objects, and it's like you focus on yourself. Lesson learned is you've already like overgiven of yourself, or given more than you thought you were going to give. So it's like you've done enough type of energy. For some of you, you could have counterpart energy that's coming in to bring some type of balance, especially with that centering card in dreams. It could be 3D, it could be 5D. I feel like it's actually very physical. King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. It's someone who has, it's just what I'm hearing, so I'm just gonna spit it out. It's someone who's like been away for a while, maybe been on some type of journey. They've been learning something. You see all the books, because they've gained a lot of wisdom. Maybe even gained wisdom about astrology, but mostly about their emotions, how they feel about something, how to stay calm in challenging situations, how to be accepting of everyone's emotions and feelings. Empathy. You feel and understand the emotions of another in the service of love. Thank you, Spirit. Purpose is on the bottom. You possess the determination and dedication to consciously demonstrate love. The answers you need are coming, a full moon in Gemini, and believe in the impossible. Wow, the blue moon. With the challenge or obstacle, it's like you're being distracted by a lot of things, but there's some doubt and self-doubt and like questioning something. And it's almost like if you just put the focus and attention onto yourself, the thing that you want comes in on its own. All right, I'm going to leave that right there. I hope that was helpful. All right, it's time for Capricorn. Virgo may be feeling like they have a lot more to do or a lot more to go. And they could definitely be at this place where it's like they're a lot closer than they think. They're a lot closer to their dreams, the things that they want, than they see or believe. The Six of Cups flipped out. It's reunion energy. It could be fear of reunion. Fear of coming back together. It's reminding me of the bear in the card. It's reminding me of that Remember that thing that went viral where it was like asking people, Chelsea, welcome. It was asking people, like, it was asking women about choosing between like a man and a bear, and the women were choosing the bear. You remember that? Something about that. Kelsey, look at Facebook. Facebook is popping too. That's nice. All right, let's do Capricorn. Let's do 126.55. All right, Capricorn, this is August 24th through the 31st. So we're wrapping up all the last days of August. One sweet little package. Let's get energy of the week, reflection, and union. So you're facing something, someone returning. So I felt that energy before we even started Capricorn reading. Saw is on the bottom. You could be overthinking something, or you may not be thinking of something that would relieve you of whatever this tension is. Maybe you've done a lot of self-reflection. Maybe the energy is not going to trigger you the way you expect. Challenge or obstacle comes out on its own. It's Queen of Swords. Words, someone speaking harshly, maybe not listening. It's also about alchemy. You're struggling to alchemize something. You've had to stand up for yourself. Maybe it caused everything to burn down. It's like you're standing in the ashes of what was left, but there's always something you gained, some type of clarity, some type of understanding. Maybe it's just standing up for yourself, Capricorn. It's like whatever this experience is that you went through, it taught you how to stand up for yourself. We have the Nave of Swords, which is Page of Swords. Look how she's tapping on his shoulder. It's like, hey, I want to tell you something. This is lesson learned. I feel like this confirmation. Someone told you something, someone shared something with you. Maybe you didn't see it coming. Maybe you didn't understand it at first, but now you do. Outcome for Capricorn, Ten of Swords, a completion. The Nave of Wands is on the bottom. This is Page of Wands. This is the beginning of your spiritual journey. Ten of Wands is the end of you fighting it, the end of you like pushing it back or not being fully accepting of something. It's almost like there's some goal, some reward. And it's like now you can see it, Capricorn. maybe after the self-reflection, it's like now you can see it. Now you can see that something's worth some type of, I mean, it has to be a fight. It has to be a battle. It's swords. It's not cups. So it's like something is worth the fight, something is worth the journey, something is worth the battle. All right, here's the guidance for Capricorn. Tolerance. You appreciate other points of view because you sense the love in everyone. Elevation is on the bottom. That's that reflection. You are making the conscious decision to raise your vibration of love. And then Moonology to close it out for Capricorn. This is going to help with your thoughts and emotions. You could definitely be overthinking something. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. It's full moon in Pisces. Your commitment is being tested. It's first quarter moon on the bottom. All right, Capricorn, I'm going to leave that right there. I hope that was helpful. And that's it. That's it for the earth signs, guys. We have air signs next. Miss L, welcome. I'm going to use the shamanic healing oracle for the air signs. I didn't catch why we had to get the vintage wisdom oracle. It was probably that reflection card for Capricorn, honestly. Other than the tarot card I'm using, tarot set I'm using, I don't think I have another mirror card. I don't normally use the shamanic healing oracle just because they're darker cards, so they're harder to see. But since we're describing the cards tonight, I feel like it's going to be all right. Did you say it was super hot? I feel like you've been telling us this whole time how it was like cooler. So did it warm up today, Diana? It finally cooled off here. Like we finally could breathe today. All right, let's timestamp Gemini. Oh, I missed it. Let's do 134.40. All right, Gemini, this is going to be for August 24th through August 31st. I have swapped up the main energy of the week cards for the shamanic healing oracle. So let's see, what is your energy of the week, Gemini, August 24th through the 31st? You have sexual energy coming out and feminine energy coming out. How interesting is that, Gemini? Movement into balance is on the bottom. I feel like this is Gemini tapping into their divine feminine. And you could be using that sexual energy for other things other than, sex. Oh, I see. Yeah, I feel like I'm talking to Gemini, who is definitely tapping into divine feminine manifestation, creativity. It's bringing something to fruition. It's bringing something. It's creating something. You're creating it with your sexual energy. I feel like it's possible, Gemini, that you were too much in your masculine energy. So it's like that's how come you're having to find this balance. The sexual energy could be the why you're having to find the balance. All right, challenge or obstacle for Gemini. We have Seven of Wands. Healthy boundaries, respecting people's boundaries. There's something you're supposed to be protecting. Something is wounded, could be wounded around you, and it's like you need to protect that energy. That's the challenge. Lesson learned is Eight of Pentacles. This is work, your job, dedication. This is the card where she falls down on her bottom, and it says, like, just because we fall down doesn't mean we stay down, right? Like we get back up and we try again. It's the tomorrow is another day card. All right, outcome for Gemini. We have the Emperor. This is you taking your power back, taking control. This is the balance between the masculine and the feminine. Ten of Pentacles, Ascension. This could be a big ascension lift for Gemini this week as well. I think whatever it is you're manifesting or having to create with your feminine energy is to protect something or someone. Maybe to protect something or someone that is injured or like they can't protect themselves for whatever reason. Lesson learned is just because something doesn't work doesn't mean that you stop trying. And I feel like that's what happened is you didn't stop trying. So you pushed through something. You didn't give up on the first, stumble. That helped you bring some type of like control, some type of balance back. So it's like now you're able to release some of that masculine energy that you needed in order to bring this balance back. And now you're able to focus more on this feminine energy. Purpose is here. You possess the determination and dedication to constantly demonstrate love, and virtue is here. There's elevation. It says you acknowledge your loving spiritual attributes that encourage others to grow, and elevation. You are making the conscious decision to raise your vibration of love. I just got a really direct message for whoever. So if you're questioning yourself about something, especially if it's a work situation, um, where everyone is exactly where they're supposed to be all the time, everywhere, all the time. Um, I think a lot of times I was just questioning, like I went back to work full time and I was like, oh my gosh, this is a challenge. Okay, regardless of rather we have free will. So regardless of whether like, let's say spirit's like telling me, Rosa, you don't need to go back there. And I'm like, no, I'm going to go back there anyway, because I need more money or I need this, or I'm going to go do that. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. There's a lesson that I have to learn. There's an experience that my soul needs to go through. And that's why it's happening. So it's like, you can't really make a mistake. You can cause some delays, but it's definitely like something that you want to learn, something that it's going to make you smarter, braver, wiser, that type of energy. And I think you finally figured that out, and that is giving you some type of like elevation, ascension lift, aligning you with your purpose, right? Also, for some of you out there, a lot of times when we go out into the world, whatever it is, whether it's our job or it doesn't matter, whatever it is that we have to go out for, right? you're going to share something with someone. You're going to exchange energy with someone while you're out there. And that is going to be very purposeful. Everyone we exchange energy with is purposeful. Either spirit sent you out to touch their life, or spirit sent you out so they can touch your life, right? All right, Moonology. A new romantic cycle begins. It's new moon in Libra. Don't let your past hold you back. It's the South Node. Expect powerful changes. It's new moon eclipse. Guys, eclipse season is here. All right, I'm going to wrap that up. I hope that was helpful. Please make sure to tap that like button for me, guys. All right, Libra is next. We're almost done, guys. Right under 2 hours. Not too bad. I've seen these go as long as 3.5. Ooh, Miss Al says I have to go up north and don't want to go. All right, Libra. Timestamp 1:42:52. Libra, this is for August 24th through the 31st. I almost said October, which I mean is Libra time, but that could be significant to somebody. All right, this is Venus and Leo energy the week after Virgo new moon. So let's see, what is the energy of the week for Libra? We have number 29, changes. We have unlimited possibilities on the bottom, number 19. There's something about the nines that's sticking out to me, especially with the 29. We have the second Virgo new moon coming up at the end of September. I believe it's September 21st. That is going to be at critical 29 degrees. New moon could definitely be bringing some new possibilities. It's almost like the changes and the possibilities are the same thing, Libra. It's like, how are you looking at it? All right, let's look at challenge or obstacle for Libra. We have the Sun card coming back out. I feel like it's came out all night long. Lesson learned. We have the Hanged Man. We've seen him earlier as well. And then we have the King of Pentacles. This is actually one of my favorite cards in this particular tarot set. I would say second favorite, next to the Four of Wands, right? Queen of Cups is on the bottom. This is my clue card for Divine Feminine. It talks about how she wisely chose herself. It's like she knew that she was becoming depleted, so she pulls back and she really spends some time focusing on her health and happiness and all of those things, right? The Sun card again, Leo, Venus, and Leo. Okay, so Venus and Leo is where you're getting like your money and your love life in order. But for Libra, there's this energy of that critical degree. There's this energy of like something really important that you have to do in order to be like open or ready or in alignment with Venus and Leo energy in a light way, in a positive way, not in the shadow sense. Guys, we talked about that on Tuesday night. I really went into depth about that Venus and Leo energy. So if you missed it, make sure you go and watch it at the end of tonight's live, right? Because it's going to have a lot of information about that particular new moon, I'm sorry, the Venus and Leo energy, and I feel like there's this potential, because it's so potent, for us to get sucked into the more shadow sides of Venus and Leo. So instead of it being about you getting your money and your love life in order, you could feel, Libra, more victim consciousness, more like, why isn't anybody noticing me or paying attention to me? Why am I not getting the things that I deserve? It could definitely be more of that energy. We've seen the Queen of Cups. So it's like, don't allow yourself to become depleted to the point that it turns into this victim consciousness, or even like martyrdom type of energy. Like, I have to sacrifice myself for others, right? The Hanged Man is lesson learned. There could be this energy of like knowing what to let go of and what to hold on to. And the interesting part is that King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is someone has your back, you have their back, and you don't care what anybody says. Like, people are watching and looking and being like, oh, what? Like, what are they doing? And it doesn't matter. I will say, I noticed before tonight's live when I was studying the cards, she has raised her mask. She's showing her face. She's not hiding herself behind the mask anymore. He still has his mask on. It's like he's not fully ready to show, to be vulnerable in some way. I feel like it's possible you're going to go through some type of critical change. I think you're going to have to let some type of strong belief go. But I think that you may get some type of help or assistance that you didn't even know. Maybe you didn't expect it. Detachment is here. You're releasing old patterns and ideas that no longer serve your highest ideals of love. Individuality, it's almost like you've come to some type of acceptance that he's never going to take the mask off. Individuality, you leave your unique stamp of love on everything that you do. Responsibility is on the bottom. Moonology to close it out for Libra. Luck is on your side. It's new moon in Sagittarius, and your hard work is paying off. It's new moon in Capricorn. I think whatever the hard work is, adjustments are required is on the bottom, but it was in reverse. So it's almost like you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. I feel like whatever the hard work is has something to do with you replenishing yourself, with you not allowing yourself to become depleted. With you staying focused on your happiness regardless of what someone else does. All right, Libra, I'm going to leave that right there. All right, guys, last one, Aquarius. Guys, Saturday night is going to be Virgo new moon. This Virgo new moon came up several times tonight. We have two Virgo new moons. Definitely going to be a very significant experience with the 0-degree and 29-degree Virgo new moons this year. So I do believe that I will be doing a Saturday night music and tarot. We'll do some Virgo new moon readings. So if you're new, make sure you have all your notification bells set to all, so it lets you know when we do those pop-up lives. And I, of course, will be offering some free readings. Something is happening with this Virgo new moon that most people feel like they're not ready for. And by September 21st, when we have the 29 critical degree Virgo new moon, the second Virgo new moon, you're going to either way, you're taking the plunge, but it's like you're either going to feel very confident and knowledgeable about the plunge that you're taking, or you're going to just take leap of faith type of energy. Normally, when we're at a critical degree, it's this energy like if you have to master something in order to move forward. With that second Virgo new moon in the eclipse season, it's almost like, I don't know, it's almost like you may not have mastered something, but you're close enough to push through, if that makes sense. All right, Aquarius, let's timestamp. Let's do 152:32. So this is going to be for the week of August 24th through the 31st. I am wrapping up all the days. Next week we get to talk about September transits. We're also going to do a twin flame for September next week as well. I can't believe that. Can you guys believe that? September. It went so fast. All right, Aquarius, energy of the week, the shamanic healing oracle. We have forgiveness coming out. It's number 23. Virgo new moon is here on the 23rd. That's 0 degree. I just got done talking about the 2 Virgo new moons right before your timestamp. So you might want to hit the button back just a little bit and catch that information. I will be doing a live Saturday night where we'll talk more about the Virgo new moon as well. So you could definitely join me for that. 2344, the home card is on the bottom. Something could be happening in your home situation, Aquarius, where you could be thinking that you're lost, or you've lost your way, lost the path, something like that. It's giving me the energy oracle, the temple path card, and it's the card in the energy oracle represents like you're exactly where you're supposed to be. You're learning a lesson that your soul wanted you to learn in this lifetime. Most likely it's the lesson of forgiveness, right? All right, Aquarius. Let's look at challenge or obstacle with Tarot of the Sweet Twilight. There it is. The 2 of Cups. So the 2 of Cups comes out and it's partnership, it's equal effort. It's actually about romance. And that's what's sticking out to me. Aquarius, you could have been in a romantic situation that needs healing. There's this energy of like this person was very romantic at one time. It's in your challenges or obstacles, so they're not being that way anymore. It's almost like you're longing for how they were at the beginning. I'm seeing these 2 people sitting on this. It almost looks like a I mean, it's supposed to be like a dinner place, table setting, but I'm almost getting like this day bed type of energy, like this casual type of energy. But they're drinking wine, they're dressed up, and it's like they're having these long, lengthy conversations with each other. So this is your challenge or obstacle. So it's almost like you're longing for that energy. There could be something about the wine as well that is sticking out. So like, Alcohol, there could be something about alcohol here. Could be causing something as well. All right, lesson learned. Ooh, the Six of Swords comes out. And this is Six of Swords in Tarot of the Sweet Twilight. So normally the Six of Swords shows this person being guided to calmer waters. And it talks about like listening to spirit, surrendering to the guidance, going to calmer energy, right? And this Six of Swords, she's blindfolded. It's almost like she's given up. She's surrendered in some way. Maybe she even feels like she's being taken. Um, but it's not to calmer waters. It's not like spirit leading the way. There's two people in the card. The card literally says, when you look it up, Tarot of a Sweet Twilight, it talks about like, why would you let these two fools lead you? Like, you're so powerful that you can remove yourself and take yourself to calmer waters. Like, why would you let these two fools lead you into all of this chaos and you know, that type of energy? The lead you into also like confusion. There's confusion. Like, how could you let them make you confused about who you are? All right. Outcome, we have the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups, again, it's this energy of longing for something. Tower is on the bottom, Aquarius. I do feel like it's possible you're going to experience a tower moment. I think you wanted something so badly that you let someone misguide you, maybe even lie to you. Breadcrumb you, pretend like they were someone that they're not. Ten of Cups is emotional contentment. So it's like maybe forgiveness for this past energy so that you're able to move on towards what you want. Because these two people seem much different than these two people. Um, Here, there's happiness and joy, but then that got carried away. It got taken away by some type of distraction, maybe even third parties, like too many people involved. But here, it's just the two of them. And it's like this exhaustion, like, oh, we made it after all of that. It could also be saying be careful what you ask for as well. That particular Ten of Cups. The Trust card comes out. You have a strong connection to your soul's loving voice. Have faith in your intuition. So trust your gut. The Past card is here. Through the power of love, you release any stagnant situations or energy in order to transform your heart space. Loyalty is on the bottom. Moonology to close it out for Aquarius. Take time to breathe out. It's the disminting moon. What do you need to release? It's the waning moon, and emotions are running high. All right, I'm going to leave it right there, Aquarius. I hope that was helpful. Guys, if the reading pulled at your heartstrings, make sure to tap that like button for me. Like, share, comment, all that good stuff. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up, and then I will be back Saturday night. We'll do Virgo, New Moon, Music, and Tarot. Again, if you're new, make sure to hit those notification bells to all. I love you guys. Thank you all, moderator ladies who came in to help. I appreciate you so very, very much. I'll see everyone on Saturday. Have a good night.